Hello, everybody, and welcome to PMGT4030. I am Andy Molnar, your adjunct professor for this course, and I am excited to share this journey with you. For many of you, your educational experience at St. Louis University is waning, is ending, is concluding. But no, we're never done learning, so this will continue. I'm excited for you and for the time we'll share together. Now, I want to say to you that I stayed up all night, and many of you have probably done this too, to see where the sun went. And then it dawned on me, ba-da-boom, psh, psh, psh. Well, this is really like strategy and project management, right? We know it's out there like the sun. We wait for it. We think it's going to be great, but until we've tied it together, we don't really grasp it, right? It's hard to explain. And it should have dawned on us by now that this corporate strategy and our project objectives are linked. So project management is the art, as you've learned, of change management and integration management, leadership, management, interpersonal skills, and technical skills. I break down the technical skills into two areas. The project management technical skills, which you largely learn through the tools of project management, and your own industry technical tools such as IT or security. Now we begin this week looking at project management, and we start out at the strategic level, really even before the project manager is born. So the business case is going to tie this corporate strategy to your project. It's going to share with you the very need for the project. And so then normally you're assigned as the project manager. If you can get assigned earlier and see the business case develop, do it. Make notes of the stakeholders, their complaints, their needs, their assumptions, their requirements. It's a gold mine of information. But normally we're assigned after that to develop the charter from the business case. Now, to be honest, most companies don't do a formal business case, which is one reason a lot of project managers will also do a feasibility study. When they get the project, you want to know that it's doable, that it's achievable, right? Now, part of this process would include benefits realization, a very important concept in all this. And grasping that concept will mean that you are actually getting closer to tying your project to the corporate and strategic needs and goals. So it's a good thing. Now, benefits can be both tangible and intangible. We'll talk about that during the class. Here's an example, all right? The swimming pool should hold water. True? That's a project requirement. How much water? We can know for a fact. We can measure it. But here's the other piece. It should also be a place of joy, of play for the kids and family, a benefit, right? If it holds water but is no fun, right? The iron triangle balance of cost, schedule, and scope may have been achieved, but what's the point, right? A shallow pool may be more cost effective, but who would have any fun if they couldn't dive off the deep end or plunk somebody in the water, right? So the project manager has to assess the benefits and benefits realization as a critical success factor in addition to the iron triangle. So benefits realization begins to organize your project and your charter and transitions the PMBOK guide, which is a framework. It's a guide. It's a frame. It'll tell you the good practices. We have to pick the ones we're going to use and implement them, right? That can turn this PMBOK guide framework into an actionable deliverable and the benefits that come along with it for us and the company. Now, as a final note, and as you read the PMBOK guide, it says of itself that a project is a, quote, temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Now you can see that on page 4. So projects can also be the result of a company wanting to change direction, strategy, increase value. They're filling gaps. That's what a project does. We have a current state and a future state, and this project fills that gap, right? It's really very exciting. Now, examples of the services that we can deliver can easily be found anywhere we look, right? New technology, competitive forces, material issues, politics, political changes, market demand, economic changes, customer requests, stakeholder demands. Ever had a boss demands? Yes, we all have. It's all right. That's their role. Legal requirements, business process improvements, strategic opportunities, business needs, social needs, and even environmental considerations. So to apply it practically this week, consider the Airline Deregulation Act, right, which was signed back in 1978 by President Jimmy Carter. And it started the end of what many white glove consumers felt was the golden age of aviation, right? So prior to that deregulation, the government regulated fares, which meant airlines strictly had to compete based on the services they provided, flight amenities, comfort appeal, etc. And so prior to this act, the threat of entry to the industry from a low-cost carrier essentially protected the top airlines due to government restrictions, and in some cases disabled low-cost airlines from entering any of these hotspot hubs where they'll make money. So the act actually opened the door for a rise in low-cost carriers and expanded the opportunity for people who would generally not afford to fly. This creates a project or many projects, right? So here we go. On another note, of course, this course is aligned with the changes in the PMP exam. So if you're taking this course partly in preparation for your certification credentials, known as PMP credentials, then this course will be good for you. Study it hard. The PMBOK Guide and Rita's book. And my notes, of course. Don't forget me. The notes that I provide incorporate the domain topics, and so do the slides embedded in the curriculum. And I've added an increased agile focus. That's it. Make sure you review the calendar and stick to it. Don't get ahead. Don't fall behind. And please write if I can be of any assistance. Thanks. I look forward to a great 8 weeks with you guys.